What's going on, baseball fans? How you doing? Let's talk some trade deadline candidates. Let's get to it. And what's going on, baseball fans? How you doing? Hello, good evening. Haven't done a weeknight stream in I feel like over a couple of weeks now. So it's good to be back on a weeknight. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. I think it's Wednesday. I never remember what day it is during the week. I have no idea. Everyone, we have a birthday. Terrari. Happy birthday, Terrari Jackson. Happy birthday to you, my friend. Hello. Hope you had a good birthday today. Everyone. Hello, I'm seeing 38 people to start things off. I'm seeing our moderator, Action Jackson, is here. NHOJ Crab, hello. James Scott, Eric Roberts Jr., William Fulgham, Andrew Lee is here. Hello. Joshua is here. What's going on? Travis, Michael, what is going on? Draco, hello. Hey, Joe Cronin Show was in the house not too long ago. I don't know if he's still here or not, but hello if you are still here. Big wrestling news today. Any wrestling news or any wrestling fans in the chat, if you saw the news, we had some big releases today in the WWE. Go check out the Joe Cronin Show if you are a wrestling fan. So, yeah, I've been a wrestling fan since I was a wee little kid. So I tune into the Joe Cronin Show every once in a while and catch up on my WWE news and AEW news as well. But everyone, I think I'm all caught up. If I missed anyone, hello. Again, we haven't gone live on a weeknight in quite a little bit here, so feels good to be back on a weeknight. And I figured, you know what? What better to talk about than some trades? I mean, we're a little under 2 months away from the trade deadline, so why not? Let's talk some trades. Let's talk some trade candidates. Well, the reason I want to talk some trade candidates is because MLBTraderumors.com, they're very big baseball website out there. If you don't know who they are, well, you should know who they are. They're very good at what they do over there. They report a lot of the baseball news throughout the day, so definitely go check them out if you have not been to their website before. But every year they always come out with their free agent predictions. It's always kind of a big deal. But now they're starting to release their trade candidates. So they have a top 40 list. We're going to go through each candidate. I'm going to give my opinions on whether or not I think that person's going to get traded. Again, it is a little early. It's June 2nd. We're still pretty far away. July 31st, the trade deadline this year. So a little far away, but why not? Let's talk about it. So, but yeah, going to react to that list. So before I get started, if you are new, just finding this channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the bell button, hit all the buttons, and go follow me on Twitter if you would like to as well. So the way I'm going to be doing this is I'm going to be using Tier Maker. Tier Maker, always pretty nice to use, always fun to use. So I'm not going to waste any more time, and I'm just going to get right to it. Actually, real quick before let me share the screen. If any of you, real quick, if you have not seen any of the videos that I put up in the past week, I made like 3 videos this past week. So I talked about a draft prospect that's thrown 4 no-hitters in a row. That was a quick 3-minute video that I made yesterday. I made a video on Major League Baseball getting sued, Aaron Boone, whether or not he should be fired. And yeah, so if you have not seen any of those, go check them out. But let's get to the good stuff here. Let's get to the trade candidates. So again, I will be using Tier Maker to kind of rank where I think whether or not I think one of these players are going to get traded or not. So here is the tiers. We have absolutely, sure, that's kind of like my maybe, nah, and no way. So I'm going to be honest with you. I actually missed one person. I forgot to save one person's picture here, one player's picture, and I couldn't figure it out, and it was driving me nuts. I had no time to go through it all again and save them all again. So we're going to figure out along the way who it is that I missed. So I don't know if you see anyone that that I'm missing, and you've already seen this list, let me know in the chat. But we'll find them along the way. But here we go. So here is the list. They went 1 through 40. We're going to start at the bottom, and I'm actually going to give some quick thoughts because there is one particular name that was left off this list. And, you know, I don't know. This has kind of been one of the more big names, probably arguably the biggest name that has been circulating in the rumors for a little while now. And that's Max Scherzer. They didn't put Max Scherzer on this list. I feel like Max Scherzer, to me, should be on this list. So they actually did go into a little detail on it. So they wrote here, while there was plenty of speculation on Max Scherzer earlier this month, it's not clear he'll be made available. Teams would be certainly be interested in a picture of his caliber if the Nationals were to sell. But the Nats of all teams are familiar with how a team's record through Memorial Day isn't reflective of where they'll be at season's end. They are currently under 7 games under 500, 6 games out of first place. Definitely they could turn things around. Absolutely. That NL East is a bit wide open. I don't know. To me, I feel like Max Scherzer, I know it is not a definitive thing whether or not the Nationals are going to sell. I don't know. I just feel like, to me, Max Scherzer, it's such a big name, and it's such a guy that could really help out a team down the stretch. They didn't trade Bryce Harper back in, 2018? So they didn't trade him, but which a lot of people thought they were going to. There was actually one point where it was possible that he was going to go to the Houston Astros at one point, and that ended up not happening, and then he ended up going to the Phillies in the offseason. So I don't know. I feel like this time around, it just feels a little different. That's just my gut feeling. I don't know. I just feel like that 2019 Nationals team, just in my opinion, was just a better team overall than the team that you have this year in 2021. I'm not saying the Nationals can't turn it around. I just feel like Max Scherzer, I don't know. I know why they didn't put him on this list, but I kind of feel like, I don't know. My gut feeling is he's going to get traded. That's just my gut feeling. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little pessimistic about the Nationals. So we'll have to wait and see. But just letting you know, Max Scherzer is not on this list. So we will leave it at that. So let's start off with number 40. And also, they do have some names on some other teams. I mean, they kind of went through each team that they think they could be sellers, like the Angels. They got a lot of players on here. The Cubs. Now, it's interesting with the Cubs because, you know, they have guys like Chris Bryant, Javier Baez, Anthony Rizzo that definitely could be candidates to be traded, but the Cubs have been playing really good baseball as of late. So they might not end up selling anyway. So they could end up hanging on to these guys. So, you know, Diamondbacks, and they got a lot of guys for the Mariners. They have all these guys for the Nationals, like I was just talking about. The Orioles got a lot of guys on here and so on. So, but let's get to the list. So here we go. We're going to start off with Madison Bumgarner. I don't see it. I'm going to go no way for Madison Bumgarner, and where is Madison Bumgarner? Is that the guy? Okay, no, he's right here. So I'm going to go no way for Madison Bumgarner, and also, I love how MLB Trade Rumors, they link each player so you can just go right to their baseball reference page. Madison Bumgarner's got himself a big contract. Sure, a lot of teams, I feel like, wouldn't mind having a guy like a Madison Bumgarner, especially for like trying to get to the postseason and whatnot as a battle-tested postseason pitcher. I just don't see it. ERA is a little high. He's been durable this season. If we take a look at the FIP is actually better, 4.33. I just don't see it just because he's making a lot of money. I feel like the Diamondbacks, they're going to end up hanging on to him. I feel like Max Scherzer absolutely has more of a chance to get traded than Madison Bumgarner. I don't see Bumgarner getting traded at all. I'm just going to leave it at that. So, moving on, we have Danny Duffy. This is an interesting one. I actually think Danny Duffy is a guy where he could end up getting moved. So was Danny Duffy the guy that I missed? Danny Duffy. Hold on, what was the picture? There. Nope, I didn't miss him. So he is right here. I'm going to say sure for a Danny Duffy. I'm going to say sure. And let's go take a look here at Danny Duffy. He, right now, 32 years old. He's a free agent soon. He's having himself a good season. I saw he was hurt a little bit ago. Let me actually, Danny, is there any news on him? Okay, so he is currently on the injured list, so he is ramping up activity. The return to the rotation is not imminent as of a day ago, but I definitely think this is a guy who I think definitely could be traded. He's having himself a really good season so far. Through the 7 starts before he got hurt, 1.94 ERA, good amount of strikeouts. The FIP was really good. He was having himself a really good season. I definitely could see Danny Duffy getting moved. I mean, if he shows that he's healthy, why not? The Royals could definitely get some good prospects back for him. But then again, maybe the Royals, maybe they want to hang on to him. Maybe they can re-sign him for a couple of years. He's been really good. I'm going to say sure, though, for Danny Duffy. I'm going to say sure. I definitely think he could be a really valuable piece down the stretch, at least a good, back end of the rotation, mid-rotation kind of a guy. Sure, I think Danny Duffy could get traded. Let's move on. Nick Castellanos. I don't know. I'm going to say no way on that. I don't think Nick Castellanos is going to get moved. He's having himself a pretty good season. He's hitting 361. Let me take that back. He's having a very good season. Hitting 361, 12 home runs, over a 400 on base. He's getting paid a decent amount of money. He's not going to be great in the. He can definitely play some outfield, but I think a lot of teams would like to rotate him in and out of a DH spot as well. The guy's hitting incredibly. I don't think he's going to get moved. I think the Reds, you could maybe see him, sticking around for this season, maybe next season, maybe even in the off season he could get moved. I just don't see it. I think the Reds, let me actually pull up the standings real quick so we can kind of take a look at where these teams are at. Cody Bellinger just hitting a grand slam in an 11-run first inning for the Dodgers. What in the world? So let's go to the standings real quick. But the Reds are definitely, a lot of people thought the Reds were going to take a step back. And they kind of have. They're 5 games under 500. They're 7 games out. The offense is really good. In their division, they've scored the most runs. It's just their pitching. So, I don't know. Maybe you could go with Nick Castellanos trade. Maybe if you get some pitching back. I don't know. But the guy's having a really good year. He's making decent money. I just don't see the Reds moving him. That's just my gut. Orioles. Thank you for that. He also has an opt-out. He has an opt-out after this season. So, that is something where I think teams, they might not be quite sure. So, yeah, Nick Castellanos, I'm going to say no way for this right now. Taking a look, one of his teammates, Sonny Gray. And it's another thing here with Sonny Gray. So, he 9 starts this year, 3.64 ERA, 60 strikeouts over the 47 innings. Sonny Gray, you know what you're getting with a Sonny Gray. Let's take a look at the FIP, a little higher, 4.13. Sonny Gray could definitely be a guy where, I don't know, I just feel like he's got a really friendly contract, and I feel like the Reds, they don't have any pitching. If they get rid of Sonny Gray, when it's like, well, they got no pitching. They're already lacking pitching. I don't see it. I think they're going to hang on to him. Sonny Gray, I'm going to put in the no way for right now. I guess maybe you could go nah. Maybe there's that possibility they could do it. I don't know. I'm just going to say no way for now. I don't know. Moving on. Now, this one's interesting. John Means, Anthony Santander, and Trey Mancini. Was it Trey Mancini that I missed? I got John Means. It might have. No, Trey Mancini's right there. Was it Anthony Santander? No, he's right there. So, yeah. Let's start off with John Means. Now, this is a guy who just threw a no-hitter. I don't know. He's 28 years old. He's not a free agent for a while. I don't see John Means getting moved. I just don't see it. I'm going to put John Means in the no way category. He's still got a lot of team control left. Obviously, very affordable. Good pitcher. I don't see it. Moving on, let's talk about Anthony Santander. So Anthony Santander, not really a great year. He's been hitting home runs in the last couple of years. Had himself a good amount of home runs last year. He had some injury problems last year, but he had 11 home runs in 37 games. But this year, looks like he's still been dealing with some injuries. He's only got 3 home runs. On base is really low. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Let me actually see. Is there any news on Anthony Santander lately? I think he's fine. I don't think he's hurt or anything. So he should be back. Oh, wait, hold on. So let me go to his game log real quick. So it said right there he's been pretty hot lately. So let's go here. Okay, so he was 1 for 4 yesterday. Okay, wow. Okay. So he was hitting really well in the month of May. Why is his average so low? He's only hitting 260. It looks like it would be a lot higher than that. And his on base is really low. That's weird. But he's got a good slugging, 423 slugging. But again, this is a guy, he's got a lot of team control. He's not a free agent until 2025. I'm going to say no way. I think they're going to hang on to him. How old is he? He's only 26 years old. I don't see why the Orioles would get rid of him. And Trey Mancini, I don't see it. I don't see it. The guy just came back, from the cancer stuff. I don't know. I feel like that would be kind of a lame move. He's having a really good year. I just don't see it. He's not a free agent for a couple of more years. I think, he's a feel-good story this year. I think that wouldn't look very good on the Orioles if they traded him. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the business side of it, he's not a free agent for a couple of years. So, and he's very affordable. I just don't see why. I mean, he's a key bat in your lineup. Who knows? Maybe the Orioles, they can have themselves a decent offseason, and maybe you can see the Orioles in contention next year. But Trey Mancini, I don't see why you would move him. It just doesn't make sense in a lot of ways to me. I'm just going to say no way for that one. Moving on. So we just knocked out 3. We got another guy that threw a no-hitter. We had John Means, and now we have Spencer Turnbull. So let's go take a look at Spencer Turnbull. He's having himself a good year. 4-2 on the year, 2.93 ERA, 8 games started. Had the no-hitter. He's doing pretty good. 2.78 FIP. That looks pretty good if you ask me. He's pretty much been fine. But if we take a look at the contract, again, not a free agent until 2025. That's a lot of control. I just don't see it. That's going to be, it's going to take a lot to get a guy like that. So I'm going to say no way on that one. These guys that have all this control, that's what teams like. That's what they like these days. They like these guys that have a lot of team control. And if you're not a free agent for like another, 4 years, and it's like, well, why move him, or 4 years? I don't see, and he's 28 years old. He's been good this year too. So, he was good last year as well. So I don't see the point of moving a Spencer Turnbull. Moving on, number 32, German Marquez. Was that the guy that I forgot to put on here? Oh, I might have. No, he's right. Okay, no. Okay, we're good. I'm wondering who the guy is that I left off by accident. German Marquez, he was having a bit of a rough stretch at one point, but it looks like he's kind of got himself back on track. He's doing really good. You've been hearing German Marquez's name in trade rumors. Going back to this past offseason, even the previous offseason, you're hearing about German Marquez. I think the Rockies, it would just be silly at this point. They definitely could use some talent in that farm system. They're not going to win anytime soon. But again, kind of like I think the Rockies, if they have themselves a good offseason, get some guys on board, then you got a German Marquez in your rotation. I think, I just don't see why get rid of you'd have to get really blown away at this point. I'm not saying they couldn't move him, but I just think, you know what, you have a team option for 2024. I just don't see really a need to move him right now unless you really get blown away. And I don't think teams are, he's got good numbers. 4.13 ERA, but you're really gonna, you're gonna make an incredible offer for German Marquez. Maybe if it was someone that's having like a really dominant year, but he's not really putting up any great numbers by any means. I don't know. I'm gonna go no way on that one. He stays put in Colorado. Here we go. Moving on to number 31. Ooh, was it Jacob Stallings that I missed? No, okay, no. I'm wondering who it is. Who did I leave off of this? I left one guy. But Jacob Stallings, this is a guy, okay, here we go. I think we maybe have someone where we went on a big, long run there of maybe going no way. We've only got one sure so far. But I think Jacob Stallings, this is a guy, he's 31 years old. I think, he does have a lot of team control. That's one thing. So, he's not a free agent until 2025. So let me actually pull up some numbers here. Jacob Stallings. I'm seeing around 50 people in the chat right now. Everyone, thank you for coming out tonight. If anyone's new, hit that subscribe button for me. Hit that like button for me if you can as well. But yeah, Jacob Stallings, this is a good defensive catcher. He's got a 5.2 defensive runs above average. He's having himself a pretty decent year too. He's got 4 home runs. The average isn't very high, but he's got a good on base. This is a guy I think would be a great addition to a team that could use, a catcher, another catcher on their team. Why not? I think Jacob Stallings could be a guy and it makes sense, and you could probably get a decent amount back for him. He's 31 years old. I don't know. I'm going to say, just because of the control that the Pirates have, so he's not a free agent until 2025. I'm not going to go absolutely on him. I'm going to go sure. Because of the age, I think they could definitely get something for him. And I think teams, if they need another catcher on their team, so if I actually go take a look at some teams that could use some catching. So if I go take a look here at catchers in the major leagues, so some teams that could use some help at catcher. Let's take a look. Defense. Probably not the Padres. I don't know. Could you see maybe the White Sox bringing him in as like a backup behind Yasmani Grandal? That could be something. Yeah, I don't know. You could maybe see some of these teams going after someone. I don't know. Maybe the Cubs. Put him behind Wilson Contreras. I don't know. I think there could be a need out there for a guy, a backup catcher, a veteran catcher to put on your team for a playoff run. Why not? I'll go sure on a Jacob Stallings. So moving on, Cole Calhoun. This is an interesting one. I remember when he signed with the Diamondbacks. I love this signing. And he's having himself a good year. 292 on the year. Not a lot of at-bats. It looks like he's been hurt. So what's been up with Cole Calhoun? I feel like I haven't heard much about Cole Calhoun. Oh, so he had surgery. Oh, so is he out right now? So when is he coming? Okay, so he's out 6 to 8 weeks. So hold on, let's go to some news. So they just transferred him to the 60-day IL. So I don't know what is up with that. Let's see, Cole Calhoun. But yeah, back a few weeks ago, he was transferred to the 60-day IL. So when is he supposed to be coming back? There's like no news on this. I don't know. Is he hurt? When is he going to be coming back? Yeah, so I don't know. But so why is he? Hold on, let me see what MLB Trade Rumors had to say. Calhoun is still on the shelf after undergoing hamstring surgery earlier this year, but he should be back a month or more before the deadline. Okay, so end of June, they're saying he should be coming back. He was off to a nice start, hitting 292. So yeah, these are the numbers that he was putting up prior. You're gonna get good defense with Cole Calhoun. I don't know. I feel like, he is a free agent after this year. There is a team option for 2022. I don't know. I feel like teams might be, they might find that attractive. You get a team option. I don't know. Get some outfield depth. You get a decent bat. You're getting some good defense with Cole Calhoun. What is he? So he's supposed to be making, so at that point, that'll be around halfway through the season. So he'll have, so he's getting $8 million per year. So it'll be about $4 million for the rest of the year. I don't know. This one's a little interesting. I think he'd be great on a lot of teams, but I feel like he's got the hamstring problems. I don't know. I'm not gonna say no way. I'll go nah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I just think with the injury, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I could go maybe in the middle. I'll go nah for right now. And I don't know about that one. I don't know. That one's a little, whatever. I'll go Maybe a team will want to jump on him. Maybe. I'll go in the middle for now because I definitely think he could be a piece that could go to a team if he's healthy. So we'll leave it at that because there is the team option. So a team could decline the team option if they wanted to. My mouse is not working. There we go. All right. Moving on. Here we go. We got a couple other outfielders, Starling Marte and Corey Dickerson. So Starling Marte, that's always an interesting one. He's a free agent after this year. He's already been traded once. Just got traded to the Marlins recently. So Starling Marte, this is an interesting one. So far this year, he's actually having himself a pretty good year. Is he hurt too? God, he's only got 67 at bat. Didn't he break his finger or something? Miami. Oh no, that was it. Wasn't that in the on? I thought Starling Marte had himself an injury at one point. No, I guess no. He's doing all right. So I don't know where. I thought I heard it. I thought I heard that he got hurt at one point. But yeah, Starling Marte, hey, veteran player. He's not going to cost a lot of money, so he is a free agent. He does. I mean, why not? I don't see why he couldn't. 432 batting or on base. Let's take a look at the standings, see where the Marlins are at. I mean, I don't see the Marlins really doing much this year. They were a fun story last year. I don't know. They've lost 4 straight. They're trying to hang around. I don't know. I just feel like Starling Marte, he definitely could be a guy that could be. He's been moved. So, I mean, the Marlins brought him in last year for, to shore up the offense for a playoff run. So, hey, why not? Starling Marte, I think he could be good for a team. And the Marlins, hey, they can get prospects for him. I'll go sure on Starling Marte. And Corey Dickerson. So let's take a look at Corey Dickerson. So he's actually doing pretty good. 277. He's got a home run, 345 on base. He is a free agent as well after this season. I don't know, 32. He actually did pretty good last year. He had the 7 homers in the 52 games. Could be a decent addition to a team. Again, kind of like the same thing as Starling Marte. Why not? I'll go. My mouse right now is killing me. Let's go. Sure. I think one of them could get traded. Ooh, was it Corey Dickerson that I forgot? Ooh. I think it was Corey Dickerson that I forgot. Yeah, there it is. Oh, no, is that him? Okay, never mind. I got it. We're good. Yeah, there he is. So, okay, Corey Dickerson is not the man that I forgot. So I'll go sure for a Corey Dickerson. Why not? I think one of those two you could see getting moved. I don't know which one, though. All right, moving on. Freddie Galvis. Was Freddie Galvis the guy that I missed? Nope, he's right there. So Freddie Galvis, let's take a look. So he just signed with the Orioles this past offseason. He's actually doing okay. He's got a good slugging. He's got 9 home runs, hitting 249. Hey, I mean, why not? It's a shortstop. I know there's not a lot of teams out there that really need shortstops right now, but maybe this is a guy that you can come off your bench, provide some middle infield depth. I don't see why not. He's a free agent, and he's not a lot of money. I could see a team maybe bringing him in. Sure, I could see a team wanting to bring him in for some infield depth. Why not? And he's having a pretty good year so far. So let's go sure for a Freddie Galvis. Let's go sure. Moving on. Are we in the okay? We're almost in the top 25. Robbie Grossman. Was that the one that I forgot? Robbie Grossman. No, I think I got it. What was this picture again? Yeah, no, okay, I got him. So yeah, he's right here. Robbie Grossman. Now this is an interesting signing, in my opinion. 2 years, $10 million. He's having himself a pretty decent year. I mean, not a great batting average by any means, but he's hitting 362, slugging just under 400. Decent year. He's been fine. He's got 8 stolen bases as well. I don't know. I feel like he's on a 2-year deal. The Tigers just brought him in. I don't know. I feel like he's just gonna. I think he's gonna stick around. He's a good veteran presence for some of these young guys on the team. I'll go. No. Don't want to. Yeah, I'm gonna go. No way. They just brought him in. I don't know. I don't see it. He's gonna be cheap for next year. Have him go in the no ways for right now. So, Merrill Kelly. Was this the guy that I forgot? Nope, I did not forget Merrill Kelly. Where is he? There he is. Merrill Kelly from the Diamondbacks. Not a great year so far. 5.04 ERA. This Diamondbacks team is just so bad this year. I don't know. I mean, the FIP is better, 4.03. He's got an okay amount of strikeouts. He gives up a decent amount of hits, though. I don't know. What does MLB Trade Rumors have to say? I profiled Kelly as one of the game's more appealing under-the-radar trade chips last summer. He promptly went on the injured list thereafter and within weeks was headed for thoracic outlet surgery. Sorry, Merrill. He's back healthy in 2021, and while the results haven't been as good this year, Kelly is supporting solid strikeout to walk numbers and has been really plagued by a poor strand rate. So yeah, they're basically just saying he's not a lot of money, and that's true. But he's got a lot of team control. I don't know. I just don't. It's again the control of him is going to drive his price up. He's just not having a great year. I mean, he had a good year in 2020, over 5 starts. So I don't know. I just think the Diamondbacks they're probably gonna ask for a lot for him. I don't know. I wonder. I'm intrigued. I'm gonna go to baseball trade values real quick. And I'm going to look up, what is the value? Where are they putting him at? So let's go to the trade simulator. If any of you don't know, baseball trade values, it's a trade simulation website. Really good website. I talk about this website all the time. I love using this. But let's go take a look at the Diamondbacks. What do they have him valued as? I would imagine he's probably got a decent amount of value, not like a ton, but... Oh, yeah. I mean, or no, okay. Looking at the wrong Kelly. Sorry. Where are we at? Okay, yeah. So not a lot. Actually, how old is he? Oh, he's 32. Wow. 32. So, maybe. He doesn't have a lot of value. So it would be on, where was he again? He's got 5.3. So they have him as a medium. Yeah, I didn't realize he was already in his 30s. I thought he was a lot younger. But I'll go on this one. I'll go in the middle because I feel like the Diamondbacks maybe, I think a team might be intrigued by, how much team control there is, but is that are the Diamondbacks going to ask for a lot? I mean, it's kind of one of those things. They don't really have to trade him, and he had a good season last year, and he's coming back from injury. So maybe the Diamondbacks want to hang on to him, but maybe if they get a good offer for him, then hey, why not? So I'll kind of put him in the middle for right now. So that's that. Here we go. Moving on. Michael Taylor. Was that the one that I forgot? Nope, Michael Taylor's right there. So Michael Taylor, this has been an interesting one. I kind of like this signing for the Royals in the offseason. He's been fine. He's gonna be kind of like this slightly below average kind of a player, but he's gonna kind of help you out in a lot of different ways. He can get some hits here and there. He can give you some speed on the base paths. A 705 OPS is not bad. The on base could be better. The batting average could be better. He's gonna give you some decent defense. He's a free agent after this year. He's not gonna be a lot of money. I could see a team maybe wanting to add him, for some depth, for the bench. So I'll go for Michael Taylor. I think that's a guy that you could see get moved. Moving on. So we got 2 guys. Ooh, is Asdrubal Cabrera the guy that I forgot? I got Eduardo. Nope. Oh, yeah. Nope. Okay. I'm wondering who is the guy that I missed. I missed someone on this list because I only had 39 on here. So we're going to figure it out eventually. But Eduardo Escobar and Asdrubal Cabrera. Got all these Diamondbacks on the list. So let's click on these guys. Eduardo Escobar, you know what you're getting with him. A lot of power. Not a great on base, but you're going to get a lot of power. Good slugging with him. Hey, I mean, this is a guy, he can kind of move around in the infield, play third. He play a little short, play a little second. He's not making a ton of money. He's a free agent after this year. I could see maybe a team being intrigued by the power. I don't know. Could you? I don't know what it is. Like, could you see maybe like a team like? I don't know. What is a team that could use some power? Let's take a look. So home runs. Who are some teams that could use some home runs? So Pittsburgh. Oh, maybe the Mets. Mets could be an interesting team for him. They could use some offense. They've had some guys go down. So, William Fulgham. Oh, wow. Look at you. Escobar to the Mets. Look at that. So we're on the same page with that one. Yeah, I could maybe see a team like the Mets wanting to go after him, especially because they've had the injuries and whatnot. So, he can provide some depth. He can move around a little bit. Really surprising how the Chicago White Sox right now are only 23rd in home runs. Very surprising. They have such a good offense, but they don't rely on the long ball so much. Yeah. So, I don't know. Could you maybe see like a team like the Yankees? They could use some offense. They like those guys that can move around a little bit. Could you see a team like the Yankees maybe give a little boost to the offense there? Maybe. Maybe a team like Seattle if they're kind of close. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe Tampa Bay. I don't know. They like guys that can hit some home runs. He's not really a great on base kind of a guy, but Tampa kind of is all about that. Tampa Bay likes the home run guys. So, I don't know, maybe Tampa Bay could be a pretty good fit. You know what? I'm going to go, wow, could this be my first? Absolutely. Because I think a lot of teams can find him very intriguing because he can play other positions. He's going to give you some pop. He's on the last year of his deal. The Diamondbacks could, they don't need him. They're out of it. You know what? I'm going to go Eduardo Escobar as an absolutely. I think there is a trade out there for him. I think that could be a player where he could really help a team out down the stretch. Why not? Let's go Eduardo Escobar as an absolutely. I think there's a lot to like about him. He's got power. He can move around. He's not going to be, he's going to be in the last half of his he's on the last year of his deal, but it'll be the last half of the season, so it won't be a lot of money. I could see a team wanting to get an Eduardo Escobar. The Diamondbacks don't need him, so why not get some prospects for him? So I'll go absolutely on Eduardo Escobar. Asdrubal Cabrera is a guy. Asdrubal Cabrera. Look at Asdrubal Cabrera. The guy just doesn't get old. He's 30. I mean, he's getting older, but he doesn't look like it. The guy just keeps playing and playing and playing. Look at these numbers. 393 on base, 866 OPS. This is another guy that can move around. I mean, he moves all over. I don't see why he couldn't go to another team. He's been on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different teams since 2018. So 6 different teams if you go back to 2015. So why not? I think Asdrubal Cabrera, what is his contract right now? Yeah, absolutely. He's not going to be a lot of money. He's a free agent. Yeah, I think Asdrubal Cabrera is going to get traded. The Diamondbacks don't need him. And, hey, he's been on the move before. So where is he at? Was Asdrubal Cabrera the guy that I forgot? No. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, why not? I think these two guys are guys that are absolutely guys that can get – that definitely could be in some trades. I think they could be good pieces for teams down the stretch. Moving on. Here we go. Nelson Cruz. This is an interesting one. Nelson Cruz. The power's still there. Still getting on base. Still a really good bat. The Twins. Where are the Twins at? Have they done any better? Nope. Still, they're what? 10.5 out. Not very promising. 8 games out of a wild card spot. I'm still holding out hope for the Twinkies to see if they can turn some things around. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Kind of gives me those 2019 Nationals vibes. I think there's some talent on that team. But, I don't know. Nelson Cruz, I still think there could be something in the tank still in this Twins team. Maybe I'm a believer more than most people. But Nelson Cruz, if the Twins are out of it, I mean, again, if you go back to the numbers here, I mean, he's a DH. So if we go back to teams that could use some power, no National League teams. So who's an American League team? I mean, I don't think they would trade the White Sox. I don't think they would. No, I don't see that. Let me see what are the White. Would they do an in-division trade? Could you maybe see Nelson Cruz as a Chicago White Sox? What do they got going on at DH right now? So yeah, they got Yermin Mercedes. They got Andrew Vaughn playing out in left. I could maybe see, I know you don't really see the in-division trades very much. I don't know. I still think the Twins are. I don't think they would do it. I don't think they would trade him to the White Sox. It would be interesting though. The White Sox could use a power bat. But what are some other teams here? I mean, could you see Tampa Bay? I mean, Tampa Bay, I mean, why not? Have a DH. Just get just a solid power hitter in the middle of that order. That'd be pretty fun if you ask me. Tampa Bay. Maybe Houston? Could you maybe see Houston? What's going on with Houston right now? Houston. So yeah, still got Yordan Alvarez there. I mean, could you maybe move Alvarez out to left? I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's impossible that he go to the Astros. That'd be some pretty decent power for that lineup. Already a really good offense, but again, he's pretty limited to the American League. So Toronto? Nah, I don't see Toronto. I mean, that'd be really fun though. Right now, Toronto. What do they got going on at the DH spot? Is it still Rowdy Tellez? Yeah, still got Rowdy Tellez there. So yeah, I'd probably say no on that one. It'd be fun though. Be fun. I don't know. Cleveland? Cleveland maybe? I think Cleveland could be pretty fun. Why not? I think I could be great. 17th in home runs right now. Well, no, they got Franmil Reyes there, right? So let me go to Cleveland. I'd say Cleveland could be a pretty fun spot. Oh, they got Josh Naylor right now. I mean, maybe. I mean, Cleveland's not really completely out of the... I mean, they're 2.5 out. Cleveland's been a surprise team this year. I think Cleveland could be a pretty fun team for Nelson Cruz. Yeah, Michael Johnston. Hey, the Rays. I mean, I think the Rays could be a fun fit for Nelson Cruz. Hitting bombs in Tropicana Field. Why not? Nelson Cruz, let's see. I'll go sure on a Nelson Cruz. I mean, I think the Twins, unless he wants to sign there for another year or so, I don't know. Just keep signing one-year deals with the Twins. But I'll go sure for right now. I think he could be a really good piece for a team. Definitely a team that could do some power in the American League. Joey Gallo. Here we go. So Joey Gallo, this is a fun one. It's a fun one. This is a guy that's been in the rumors for a little while. And, I mean, he's not a free agent for a couple of years. I mean, the average is low, but the on-base is high. The slugging is fine for the most part. I mean, it could be better. But he's got 9 home runs. You know what you're getting with Joey Gallo, but you're also getting a pretty decent arm in the outfield, too. If I go type in Gallo here. So taking a look at Joey Gallo. Actually, the defense has not been very good this year with him. Negative 5.4. But I know he's got a good arm out there. So maybe a team would be attracted to that defensively. Or they could put him as a DH if it was in the American League. But yeah, so let's see what they have to say about Joey Gallo. Drawing walks at a career-high clip. Strikeout rate is down to a career low. Power numbers have trended downward since opening day 2020. However, if Gallo isn't hitting like a 30 or 40 home run threat by the summer, the offers probably won't be enough for Texas to consider a move. Playing on a 6.2 salary for the current season. I mean, it depends. You know, the Rangers, if they get a good offer, I could definitely see them, being enticed. So I don't know. They don't have to trade him right now. I feel like now is probably a good a time as any to trade him. But will the Rangers do it? I don't know. I'm going to go for right now. I think that's kind of like an in the middle kind of a thing. Could go either way. Depends on if a team offers him something. I feel like we were seeing Joey Gallo to the Rays last year. We were seeing rumors of maybe even Joey Gallo to the Yankees this year. So I think it's possible where you could definitely see him get moved. But it just depends. Are the Rangers going to get blown away with an offer? I thought he was going to get moved last year at the trade deadline. And yeah, I feel like you could have gotten a pretty good amount for him. He is controllable. He's not expensive. So I could see why keeping him is enticing as well. So I'll go in the middle for right now. Taking a look. My mouse is killing me tonight. Do I need to change the battery or something? Like, what is going on? I got one of these wireless mouses, and it is not responding. I might have to maybe change the battery. My mouse is killing me. All right, let's see if it can last for the rest. Here we go. Raisel Iglesias. Ugh, man, what It's such a bummer, like just having his name on this list. It's a bummer. I mean, the fact that the Angels brought him in, the Angels, I thought, had a pretty good offseason, and they just continue to stink. Was he the name that I forgot? No, he's right there. So, Raisel Iglesias is having himself a good year. I mean, well, not a great year, but not bad by any means. He's got 9 saves, 30 strikeouts over the 21 innings. His FIP is good, 3.94, 13 strikeouts per 9. He definitely could help a team. He's a free agent after this year. So, he could be a good arm for the bullpen. I could maybe see the Angels, to be honest with you, I could see the Angels wanting to bring him back. The Angels are like this team where they just keep bringing in these good players, bringing back these good players, and I don't know, they just don't win. I don't know what it is. So maybe the Angels want to hang on to him. It definitely could be a good option for a bullpen. Going for a playoff bullpen will be a good arm. I don't know. I guess, I don't know. Gut feeling, I feel like I don't know. Where are the Angels at right now? They're 6 out. I don't know. I feel like the Angels are going to be this team. They're going to keep hanging around. I'm going to go nah for right now. That's going to be my first nah. So you could see him get traded, but I feel like the Angels are just going to hang on to him. So I don't know. They're not like completely out of the picture yet. It's still a talented team. I mean, they're only 6 out. You're 5.5 out for a wild card. As of right now, I'm going to say no for Raisel Iglesias or nah. But there's still that possibility. So that'll be my first nah on this list. Here we go. Jose Urena. Interesting one. Alrighty. So, yeah. I mean, a lot to like. So, good arm for the bullpen. They were saying, so he's been getting a lot of grounders. So he doesn't strike out a lot of guys. He throws hard, but doesn't strike out a lot of guys. Kind of reminds me of like Brusdar Graterol. So let me actually pull up some Jose Urena advanced numbers. Let's take a look. Doesn't look like he gives up a ton of exit velocity. He's only 29 years old. Oh, wow. These numbers aren't very good. Oh, God. The velocity ranks well. So he doesn't give up a lot of barrels. He's middle of the road with the barrels. So, yeah, I don't like these numbers very much. I mean, he's 29 years old. He's a free agent. He's cheap. I don't know. I feel like these advanced numbers, a lot of teams aren't going to like these. He's a ground ball kind of a guy. He's kind of like a harder throwing Alex Colomé in a way. So I'll go no on this one. I don't know. He's only 29 years old. I could see maybe the Tigers wanting to hang on to him. Hard thrower for the bullpen. Yeah, I'll go nah for this one. I think he'll end up staying. Dylan Bundy. Oh, Andrew Heaney. Was Andrew Heaney the guy that I forgot? Oh, it was. It was Andrew Heaney. All right, so yeah, okay. I don't think either of those guys are going to get moved. I'm going to go no. Dylan Bundy, I don't see it. Especially because Dylan Bundy's not having a great year. I mean, I don't know. I kind of saw this last year. I feel like it was the only one. I don't know if I was the only one saying it, but like a lot of people were really high on Dylan Bundy last year. But I'm like, hey, I mean, he didn't really have a great track record in Baltimore. It's like, okay, well, maybe he figured it out, this year with the Angels. But now he's kind of come back down to earth. The ERA, that's a career high ERA as of right now. That's almost a career high FIP. He's getting a good amount of strikeouts still. His walks are around the same. He's giving up more home runs. So it looks like he's not really commanding the ball very well. He's leaving some pitches in the zone that's getting hit. So Bundy's is giving up a lot of home runs right now. So I don't know. I don't know if a team would want that. I don't know. He's a free agent after this year. He's only 28. I could maybe see a team want. I don't know. I think the Angels. I don't think they're. I don't know. I just think the Angels are going to want to hang on to these guys. It's because it's the Angels. I don't know. So the Angels are just a weird organization. I feel like they're going to keep both Dylan Bundy and Andrew Heaney. Andrew Heaney especially. Andrew Heaney's, he's not a great year by any means, but he's got good strikeout numbers. So take a look. About 11 strikeouts per 9. About 3 walks per 9. That's fine. But he's not really giving up a lot of home runs. So FIP is good. 4.05. Oh, we got a super chat from Matthew Palevsky. Ketel Marte to the Indians for Nolan Jones, Gabriel Arias, Andres Jimenez, and a lower level picture. Oof. Could you imagine that? I don't know. That's I don't know if the Indians would want to do that. I mean, that's a fun trade. But I don't know. That's a lot of young guys for that. I can plug that in. I don't know. I don't think they would do it. I think that's a lot. But I can go plug it in. Let's see. Indians. I feel like the Indians would be kind of just going in reverse of what they were just doing. They've been trying to stockpile these prospects, and especially Nolan Jones. I don't know, man. I think Nolan Jones could be pretty good. So, but let's go take a look at it. Here we go. Ketel Marte is good though. So let's go take a look. All right. Nolan Jones should be up here. Okay, so you said Nolan Jones, Gabriel Arias, Andres Jimenez. I mean, it's looking decent on baseball trade values. Here we go. And like you said, a lower level picture. So what's the difference? About 10 points. So, I don't know. Espino. And there you go. So, if you validate it, it does work. But would the Indians do this? I mean, it'd be awesome for their lineup. That'd be great. But I don't know. Would they do this? Would they give up all of these guys? But I'll post it. So I have posted it on baseball trade values. We can see what other people think of this trade. But yeah, thank you for the $5 super chat. Really appreciate that. I would say that probably doesn't happen, but hey, that would help the Indians offense. But they'd be giving up a lot here, man. Nolan Jones, future third baseman. Jimenez, good glove. Arias. That could be a middle infield to dream of in the future. I mean, you would be getting Ketel Marte. Yeah, that'd be great for their lineup. But let's go take a look here. Thank you again for the $5 super chat. But yeah, I'm gonna go no for these guys. The Angels need pitching. I mean, I don't think they're gonna be getting rid of guys anytime soon. I think they're probably gonna, they'll keep working with Bundy. So I don't know. I just don't see it. The Angels are just weird. I think they'll hang on to Bundy and Andrew Heaney. Let's take a look. We're starting to get into it now. Top 15, Michael Pineda. Okay, so I did figure out who I left off. It was Andrew Heaney. So that works. Here we go. Michael Pineda. I mean, kind of like Nelson Cruz. This is a guy where, hey, he's been all right so far. He missed a couple of starts. 9 starts. Oh, another super chat from Palevsky again. Indians have an abundance of middle infield prospects. That is true. Hey, that'd be a fun trade if the Indians did that. I love Ketel Marte, man. I love Ketel Marte. It'd be really fun in an Indians uniform, and they need that offense. So, hey, I have to see if the Indians do anything to get a bat. But here we go. Michael Pineda, 9 starts. He's been pretty solid. So I feel like the Twins. He is a free agent after this year. He's 32 years old. This is a guy where, if you take a look, though, at the FIP, 4.32. Good. I mean, that's not bad. He's doing better than the FIP. He's got a good amount of strikeouts. Not a lot of walks. Not a lot of home runs. I think he could be good for a team. I don't know. Let me go pull up his... let me pull up these numbers. Michael Pineda. Let's take a look at Michael Pineda. So while that's loading, let's take a look at these numbers again. I mean, yeah, it's like pretty solid numbers all the way around. He's definitely getting a lot of guys to chase. He's not walking a lot of guys, but yeah, these numbers aren't very good. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of teams, my guess is because of these advanced numbers, I feel like teams are not going to... They're not gonna give away prospects, especially when you got numbers like these. He has had some injury concerns. I'm gonna say nah for this one. I mean, maybe a team jumps at him, but I would say because of the advanced numbers, because of the injury history in the past, the fact that it would take prospects. I don't think these advanced numbers are all that great to give a lot of prospects up for it. So I'll go nah for right now. Maybe a team jumps at him. Maybe. But I'll go nah for that one. CJ Cron. Let's take a look at CJ Cron. So this year, not bad. Not bad. Look at the on base, 380. 818 OPS, 273 batting average, got the 5 home runs. CJ Cron. Let's take a look at the baseball savant numbers. A first baseman. Maybe we could see CJ Cron get moved. While that's loading, let's take a look at what MLBTR had to say. Cron's minor league pact with the Rocks could scarcely have gone better thus far. He's proven that his surgically repaired knee is healthy, which was about the only question mark surrounding him, given that Cron has hit pretty much since the day he made his MLB debut. He's not an elite defensive first baseman and doesn't really offer any versatility, but he's a solid everyday option at first or DH. Cron is a bit above average against righties and absolutely punishes lefties. His deal came with just a $1 million salary, so he's not going to break the bank. Teams have generally devalued first base, DH-only sluggers in recent years, but Cron will draw interest and fetch the Rockies a prospect or two. So, hey, pretty good numbers here. Pretty good numbers. We got average exit velocity is pretty good. Max exit velocity is in the top 6%. Good slugging, batting average, WOBA. Barrel percentage is good. He does tend to chase a little bit. He's not very fast out there, but he's a first baseman. Who cares? He swings and misses a bit. He draws a lot of walks. This is a guy I think he could help out a team. So if we take a look at he's got 3 home runs that he's pulled, 2 home runs that he's hit to the opposite field. He tends to pull a little bit more. He has, some balls that go the other way too. So CJ Cron, why not? I mean, he's a free agent after this year. So he's on a minor league deal. But yeah, I think just the thing with him, he just hasn't really been able, he misses time. So he hits a good amount of home runs. Could Colorado want to try and get something for him? I mean, Colorado, they're not winning anything. So why not maybe try and get a couple of prospects for him? Maybe they want to hang on to him, though. I don't know. So, I mean, he's played a good amount of games this year. 41 games out of how many games? 51, 52? He's putting up really good numbers. Best on base numbers. I don't know. I'll go maybe for this one. I could see Colorado maybe wanting to try and sign him to an extension. So I'll go in the middle. A CJ Cron in the middle. So, let's take a look at number 13, Michael Fulmer. So, like Boyd, Fulmer has a year of control beyond 2021. You've heard Michael Fulmer's name in the rumors before. So, nothing surprising there. He's not making a lot of money. So, let's take a look at Michael Fulmer here. So again, he's got a couple of years. He's having a pretty good year. Michael Fulmer in the past, he was really bad in 2020. Not great in 2018. He was an all-star in 2017, and he was Rookie of the Year in 2016. So he's had his moments since that Rookie of the Year season, but he's having a good season this year. 9 strikeouts per 9. FIP is good. Fulmer could definitely be a guy. I feel like the Tigers end up hanging on to him, though. I mean, maybe you could see a team go after him, but I don't know. I think the Tigers, why not? I mean, why not hang on to him? I could maybe see like an off-season kind of a thing, but he definitely could help out a team. I mean, let's go to baseball trade values real quick. What is his value on here? The Tigers, they are rebuilding. So let me actually take a look at the Tigers. We got a lot of young starting pitchers on that team. So as of right now for the Tigers, I mean, what is their record right now? I mean, they're ahead of the Twins, 23-32. So, yeah, you got Boyd, Mize, Turnbull. Yeah. So, Michael Fulmer, man. How many saves does he have? He got 4 saves. Yeah, he moved to the bullpen. So, very interesting, Michael Fulmer. So, it says right here, those look to be the injuries and stuff that he's had in the past, he's moved to the pen. So, he's been the closer. Fastball velocity is good as ever. It's not going to be a lot of money. He's getting a lot of strikeouts. So, Fulmer, I think, could be a decent option. But he's got a year of control. let's see real quick. I want to pull up what is his value on here. Fulmer, where are you at? 5.3. So he wouldn't be a lot. So they have him listed as a high chance of getting traded. So, I don't know. I think it's kind of one of those things where he has that year of control. So I could see teams would definitely be interested in that. But I think the Tigers, I mean, it's not like they're playing for anything. I'll go maybe on that. I'll go maybe. I think you could maybe see Fulmer get moved. So I'll go maybe. I tend to lean towards if they have that contract control, probably not. But it's not like it's a ton. And, you know, he could be a good bullpen arm, and a team, I think, would be like, hey, you know what? He's been really good out of the bullpen. Hey, why not? Let's take a shot on him. And we get him for another year, too. And the Tigers would probably be pretty happy with the prospects. So I'll go Michael Fulmer in the middle for right now. So here we go. David Peralta. This is an interesting one. David Peralta. He looks like he's finally healthy. He's finally getting... He was pretty healthy for the most part last year, but he missed a lot of time in 2019. Tends to miss some time, usually year to year. But you know what you're getting with the David Peralta. You're getting good defense. So, you know, he's going to be fine. You know, he's going to give you some home runs. He'll give you some average. He'll drive in some runs. His slugging is over 400, so that's pretty good. David Peralta, he's got a couple of years of control. So he's got this year and next year. And then he'll be a free agent in 2023. So he's not going to be making a lot of money. But I think the injuries, I don't know. Would teams be kind of scared off by that? But let's take a look. So he has not recaptured. So like I said, the home runs, they're down. He's only got 4 home runs. He had, how many home runs did he have in 2018? He was really good. 30 home runs that year. So, but again, he just hasn't really been able to get back to that. So what was that? I think I just got a spam message. Does anyone use Facebook anymore? I feel like I don't use Facebook anymore. And I just got like a message from someone I haven't talked to in years. So I think that was a spam message. Be careful of those spam messages on Facebook. But let's take a look. So yeah, Peralta, he's been doing good against right-handed pitching. Like I said, he's going to be a little pricey. Would a team want to take him on for some outfield depth? Could be a good glove. I don't know. I'll probably... So it's that money. I mean, what? He's making about $7 million per year. I don't know. Again, he's just got the health stuff from the past. I don't know. Would a team want to take a chance on that? He's not doing great this year. I don't know. I don't see... I'm going to go nah for that one. If he was having a better year, I definitely could see like a sure, or at least a But I'm going to go nah for David Peralta right now. So... here we go. Yimi Garcia. Do I have him on the list? Yes, I do. I'm like, ever since I left off that one Andrew Heaney, I'm like, did I leave anyone else off? All right, here we go. Yimi Garcia. This has been a bright spot on the Marlins this year. 30 years old. He's a free agent after this year. He's not a lot of money. But, hey, Yimi Garcia, man. They brought him in last year. He's been really good for them. I could see, like, this is kind of one of those things where he could go back to the Marlins. But he also might want to test out free agency. So maybe he's not a surefire thing to go back to the Marlins. Let's take a look at some of the advanced numbers. Here we go. Yimi Garcia. Let me just type in Yimi. So many Garcias. Here we go. So, but yeah, really good numbers this year. He had really good numbers last year. Over 11 strikeouts per 9. This year he's got about 10. Good ERA. FIP's about 2 runs higher. So got to kind of look out for that. But he's got pretty good numbers. I mean, the expected numbers. I mean, he is giving up some exit velocity. He is giving up some hard hit balls. X-WOBA's kind of low. XERA's kind of low. X-slugging's kind of low. He's giving up barrels. I mean, this could be an arm for the bullpen. He's getting a good amount of strikeouts. Not walking a lot of guys. Getting swing and misses. He's getting guys to chase. Good velocity. Good spin rate. So he's kind of one of those guys I think you could put in middle relief, or a setup guy. But he definitely can give up some hard hit balls. So I wonder if teams would be a little weary of that. But he's not going to cost a lot of money. But let me go take a look right now for the Marlins. What is his value? Probably not a lot, I would imagine. Garcia. So yeah, 1.9. He's not going to be a lot. I don't know. It's kind of one of those things. I wonder if the Marlins would want to bring him back. He's been pretty good for them for the most part, but he definitely could be a guy that he could be a setup guy for a bullpen. I don't think he's going to be a closer by any means. Does he have a lot of, he's got 9 saves. I could see him. He's kind of one of those closers on like a not great team, and he could be a setup guy on like a good team. I'll go sure for Yimi Garcia. I mean, he was, just on the Dodgers not too long ago, so he's definitely used to going to different teams. So I'll go sure on Yimi Garcia. I think that the advanced numbers, while some of them could be better, I think a lot of it looks good. He's got good velocity. Teams love velocity. So, and he's putting up good numbers. I'll go a sure on Yimi Garcia. Kendall Graveman. Here we go. We're in the top 10. We have made it to the top 10. Kendall Graveman. He hasn't given up a run in 14 games. Where are the Mariners at right now? 3.5 out. I don't know. I don't think they're going to do it. I think they're going to keep that. He hasn't given up 1 run in 14 games. He's got 5 saves. Kendall Graveman, he is a free agent after this year. Nah. I keep wanting to say the Marlins. I think the Mariners, he's been good. He's been good in this bullpen. He is on the IL right now. So that's another thing to take note of. But yeah, he's been good in this bullpen, and the Mariners are in it. So I don't think they're going to move him. I'll go no way. I think they're going to hang on to him. The Mariners, it looked like they were falling out of it at one point, but look at the Mariners. 7-3 in their last 10. So they're coming. 3.5 out, 3 out in the wild card. I don't think they're going to move him. Ian Kennedy. This is a name where, hey, this is another guy for a bullpen. Could be something. Ian Kennedy, does this guy age? I feel like he's just been around so long. I remember when he first came up with the Yankees, man, like top prospect for the Yankees. It's funny, like going back, you remember the Diamondbacks, 2011, he was 4th in the Cy Young. Man, crazy to think. But he's been around for so long. Crazy. But this year, though, he's looking pretty good. A 1.77 ERA, a 2.78 FIP, good amount of strikeouts. Not walking a lot of guys, 2 walks per 9. So Ian Kennedy, free agent after this year, came in on a minor league deal. He's doing pretty good. I could definitely see Ian Kennedy being moved. Why not? He's not going to be a lot of money. So he's a bullpen rental guy. On a Rangers team that's not really doing anything, yeah, I'll go absolutely for a Ian Kennedy. Why not? Ian Kennedy, absolutely. I think he'll go somewhere. Taking a look, Kyle Gibson. This is a name that's kind of popped up this year. And I want to pull up the advanced numbers as well with Kyle Gibson. Not Bob Gibson. Yeah, they got advanced numbers on Bob Gibson. That'd be fun. Here we go. Kyle Gibson. He has really emerged this year as a guy. 33 years old. He's got some pretty decent advanced numbers. Got 5 different pitches that he plays with. Good expected numbers. Doesn't get a lot of strikeouts, but he doesn't walk a lot of guys. Not the best spin rate on the fastball, but whatever. It's fine. If we take a look at the numbers, I think is he on the IL? Yeah, he's on the IL right now, but he should be back soon. 10 starts. He's been really good. The FIP, it's a little higher. It's a full run higher, but he's been really solid. This is definitely his best year so far. Kyle Gibson. He's got a year of control. I don't know. This is kind of one of those things. I wonder if the Rangers are gonna get a little, kind of silly in negotiations. Like, oh, well, he's having a really good year, and we have him for another year of control. So maybe they're gonna ask for a lot for him, and he ends up staying put. And because they're gonna probably try and cash in on this really good year. He hasn't really had a lot of good years. 2018, he was good in 2018. He's had really a couple of good years at best. So I don't know. It just depends. The negotiations, I would like to be a fly on the wall watching those kind of negotiations for, someone that's having a really good year like him. Not a lot of strikeouts. That's the other thing to kind of keep an eye out for. He's a guy that could be a 3 or a 4 in a rotation. He can give you a solid start. But But again, this is his best year. I'm gonna go maybe for him. I'm gonna go maybe like right now because he does have that control. But is a team gonna be able to? It's gonna be a fine balance where the Rangers, they're probably gonna want a decent amount. Teams they're not gonna want to probably give up a lot for him because he hasn't really had a lot of success in the past. But maybe that could bring the asking price down. It's gonna be interesting. I definitely think you could see him get moved. Let's take a look at Richard Rodriguez on the Pirates. Taking a look at Richard Rodriguez. So 31 years old. He's got control. He's having a really good year. 1.61 ERA, 1.88 FIP. Not a lot of strikeouts for him. But hey, he's got good numbers. Let's take a look at Richard Rodriguez. This is a name I'm starting to hear of a little bit more lately. It's on the Pirates, but I feel like maybe they want to hang on to him because he's got a lot of control. He's not a free agent until 2024. He's getting up there in age, but look at the advanced numbers. The average exit velocity could be better. He doesn't get a lot of guys to chase. He's a fastball slider kind of a guy. So not a lot of velocity, but he's got really good spin. So that kind of almost cancels that out in a way. But no, not bad velocity, 93 on average. I don't know. I feel like the Pirates, they don't really have to get rid of this guy. This is a guy they can have in the bullpen for a couple of years. I think it would probably take a lot to get him. It's kind of one of those things, like the Pirates, they're a losing team. Do they really need him? But he's only just about to enter arbitration. So I don't know, but do the Pirates maybe want to get into those arbitration things with him for a guy that's, only 31, he's 31 years old, but he's been pretty good. He's been with the Pirates now for a little while. I'm going to say he probably ends up staying. That's just what my gut says. He's got a lot of control. I'll go nah for right now. Maybe if a team blows them away, I'm going to go nah for this one. Let's take a look at the next guy. We're down to how many guys now? Six more. Adam Frazier. This is a guy I have been on the record saying I think would be an awesome addition. He does have control, and he's not a lot of money. He's having a really good year. 335 average, a 396 on base. This is a guy where I could see, this is a kind of a guy where I could see him going to like the Yankees or like the Mets, somewhere, he can provide a good bat, for teams that could use some more, use some flexibility. I could see an Adam Frazier going to a team like that, like the Mets or the Yankees, teams that are having problems with some injuries right now, because he can play the infield and he can play the outfield too. And he's doing really good. This is a really good year for Adam Frazier. This might be his best year overall. Yeah, by far. This is his best season overall. I think the Pirates, they should. He's 29. Unless they really want to keep him around for the long haul, through the rebuild. Does he want to stay in the rebuild? I feel like Adam Frazier, this was a guy, even before this season, I liked Adam Frazier. Even before this really good season, he's had pretty decent numbers in his career. Like, 336 on base in 2019. That's pretty good. Hits like, 270, 280. Adam Frazier's good, and he can move around too. So I think the Pirates, I think the Pirates, this is a guy, Adam Frazier. I'm going to go absolutely on this because I think a team, they're going to see what they can get with an Adam Frazier, the value that he can bring to a team. And I think the Pirates, I think a team will offer a fair deal because he's been really solid. And I think the Pirates, they could use the Pirates are rebuilding. They could use all the prospects they can get. Ben Cherington loves him some prospects. I think Adam Frazier, I think it would be a good fit for both sides. The Pirates get their prospects. They're going to get a decent amount of prospects. But I think a team would be okay with parting with some prospects because I think Adam Frazier could be like that glue kind of a guy for a team. So, yeah, absolutely. Maybe you could say like a sure because maybe the Pirates do hang on to him. And maybe they want to keep him for the long haul kind of a thing because, he's just a good, solid player. Kind of like Whit Merrifield with the Royals, he sticks around. But, yeah, I don't know. I'll go absolutely for this one. So he could maybe go in between. But why not? I'll have some fun. I'll put him as an absolutely. I think he'd be a great addition to a team. Here we go. Tyler Anderson, another Pirate. So picture here, 10 starts, 4.63 ERA. He is a free agent after this year. For the most part, it kind of reminds me like a Matthew Boyd in a way, like kind of less strikeouts though. Kind of like that mid-4 ERA kind of a number. I mean, maybe he could provide some depth for the back end of a rotation. I don't think he would cost a lot of money. Or it probably wouldn't cost a lot of players, prospects. I mean, he's 31 years old. I definitely think this is a guy where, sure, he could provide some depth. So, and he's got 1 year left on his deal. Why not? I'll go absolutely for this one. I mean, I just think the Pirates are one of these teams where they need to trade some guys. You know, they did well with, Josh Bell, and they got some pretty decent guys back for that. Yeah, and then Joe Musgrove as well. So I think the Pirates, they need to keep trading off these veterans. Go full rebuild. Go embrace the youth. Here we go. Matthew Boyd. I just mentioned Matthew Boyd. So I was kind of thinking maybe Matthew Boyd could get moved last year during the deadline, or maybe even last offseason. So, but look at Matthew Boyd this year. So what Matthew Boyd has done, he's always been a bit of a strikeout guy, especially in 2019. Strikeouts were way up, but the numbers were high. Last year, it looked like he was working on some things. ERA was high. FIP was high. The strikeouts were down from 2019. But this year, it looks like he's kind of just really worked on some things. ERA is solid. FIP is solid. The strikeouts are lower, but he's not giving up a lot of home runs. He's got his walks down from last year. So it looks like Matthew Boyd has just learned how to pitch. And he's got a year of control. If you're the Tigers here, I think this is a guy where I think he could bring back a decent package, and I think he could really help out a team, some pitching depth. Matthew Boyd, I'll go absolutely. Here we go. Mitch Haniger. Mariners, again, getting back to this Mariners team, they're in contention, but Mitch Haniger, he's having himself a really good year. Look at that slugging, a 548 slugging, 864 OPS. Hitting 264, got the 14 home runs. Mitch Haniger could be a fun player. A really fun player for a team. He's a free agent. He's got 1 year of control. I don't know. I just think with the Mariners, they're having a good year. Or maybe not a great year, but they're at 500 right now. But they're in it. They're in contention. So Mitch Haniger, he's been a solid player for them. I don't see it. I'm gonna go no way. I think they end up hanging on to Mitch Haniger. I don't see it, especially with they're in contention. They're 3 out, So here we go. We got 2 Rockies left. 2 players left. 2 Rockies. Trevor Story. Here we go. I took a look at Trevor Story's numbers the other day, and they could be a little better. The home runs I would like to see come up a little bit. The average I would like to see come up. But he's got 8 stolen bases. The slugging is good. So a lot of people wonder, how's Trevor Story going to do, away from Coors Field? I just think, this is a guy where I think for the most part, he hits fine for the most part. He's always had a pretty good average. And he's been great defensively. I think he would be a really solid addition. He's a free agent after this year. Now, the question is, he's probably going to cost you a pretty penny. He's going to cost you a pretty penny. He's going to cost you something. If we go here to baseball trade values, let me get rid of the Marlins. Let's go to the Rockies. He's going to cost something. I don't know. Personally, to me, I still think Trevor Story to the Yankees would be a great fit. I know they got, a bit of a logjam there, but I don't know, man. Move Glaber over to second. Put Trevor Story at short. That would shore up the Yankees defense a little bit more. Glaber Torres has improved on that defense this year, so I'll give him some credit on that. But man, Trevor Story, shortstop, I think it'll be really fun. And the other thing too is there's not really much of a shortstop market. You got the Reds, you got the A's. You got some team, maybe the Brewers, but they got Willy Adames. So the Brewers at one point could have been a fit. I'm sure maybe they even called about Trevor Story. But there's even been some rumors out there that maybe the Rockies want to hang on to a Trevor Story. So let's take a look here. Story, he's got a 21.1 value, so he's not going to cost you a lot. They actually have him as a low availability. I just think it's going to be kind of one of those things where, I don't know. So let's see what MLB Trade Rumors have to say. While Gray may be something of a borderline qualifying offer candidate, Story seems like the lock to receive a qualifying offer if he isn't traded. I agree with that. That's the key difference between him and Gray in terms of trade likelihood. The Rockies need to feel that whatever they receive in return is more valuable than that 2022 draft pick. It should be noted that outside of a brief hot streak from mid-April to early May, Story hasn't really hit much in 2021. I was just pointing that out. The average was a little low. He is on the IL, so that's another thing. He's got elbow inflammation, but he should be fine. He should be coming back soon. He is striking out a career low 22.4%. He's not sacrificing walks, so his track record is strong. That's kind of the thing with Trevor Story. He's got a strong track record. Yeah, that'd be cool, Brian Alex. Trevor and DJ LeMahieu reunited in New York. I think that'd be pretty fun. Trevor Story, I think this could go either way. Again, it kind of really depends. They're definitely gonna offer him a qualifying offer. So, and if a team signs him in the offseason after signing that qualifying offer, or after offering the qualifying offer, they're going to get a draft pick in return. So they got to think, well, okay, is this package that we're getting back for Trevor Story, is it going to be better than whatever the draft pick is? There's no need to hang on to a Trevor Story. I think it really it depends on what the offer ends up being. There's not a lot of teams that need shortstops. So if we could take a look at teams right now with shortstops, one team that needed a shortstop were the Brewers. So, but they got Willy Adames. So other teams, so like I said, the Yankees, I think the Yankees would be able to find a fit. But then it's also kind of that thing where, the payroll, do they want to go over the luxury tax? I'm not sure if that would put them over that line. Definitely at least be pretty close. But Oakland right now, Elvis Andrus has not been a great fit in Oakland. He hasn't really hit very well. So Oakland right now, they rank dead last in shortstops. Cincinnati ranks 28th. I know this I'm probably speaking, completely crazy right now, but man, I feel like Tampa Bay could be a fun fit. I know they got, if we take a look here, they got Taylor Walls, but he hasn't really been hitting. He's hitting 200. I know they got Wander Franco, who they could bring up. I know that it'd be very unlike the Rays to do, but that'd be really fun. I think that'd be really, really fun if the Rays could maybe consider a Trevor Story trade. Probably not though, because they're not going to re-sign him. So it would be purely a rental. But Taylor Walls, if they're okay with him just handling it, and then maybe Wander Franco coming up soon, I think that's good. Could you? I don't think the Mets would. No, the Mets aren't going to do it. Francisco Lindor has been so bad. I don't know. Yeah, no. Oh, we got a super chat. $1 super chat. Adrian, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. But yeah, definitely not the Mets. Maybe Cleveland. Could you maybe see Cleveland? I don't know. But that would be purely a rental. I don't know. Could maybe they bring in Trevor Story and then they sign him to a long term instead of, I just lost my train of thought. Maybe bring him in instead of going with Andres Jimenez. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe. The point that I'm making here is there's not really much of a market. So, the Yankees rank 14th right now. Again, if you brought in a Story, you could move Torres over to second. But the Yankees are a very interesting team to think about, because the Yankees right now, if we go take a look at the luxury tax thing, if Fangraphs wants to load. Oh, Fangraphs, you're killing me. But I think the Yankees' payroll right now, I think it's going to end up being pretty close if they brought in a Story. It actually might go over. Oh, here we go. So is it loading now? Okay, while that loads, let's take a look at a Story again. He's not hitting all that much, but he is providing some speed. I think that's something else the Yankees could use. They could use a little speed, some stolen bases in that lineup. Here we go. So let's take a look. Is this where they... No, that's not where they show... Oh, here we go. Payroll. I gotta look at payroll. Here we go. So the luxury tax right now, so they're at 206. So What was it? 20 MLB. Was it 208? Or is it 210? Yeah, it's 210. So they're $4 million away. They're under $4 million away. Yeah, and then Trevor Story's making how much? Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think the Yankees... I mean, I don't know. Would the Yankees want to break that luxury tax line? Man. You know? Oh, Adrian Gomez Ortega with a $2 super chat. Brendan Rodgers has been a bust. They have no shortstop. Brendan Rodgers, man, kind of like Gavin Lux. It's kind of taken him a little while to kind of, emerge. But Brendan Rodgers, man, what the heck is going on with him? Haven't heard that name for a little while. But yeah, Trevor Story, it's really interesting just because, I don't know, there's not really much of a fit. I mean, the Yankees, maybe if they want to go over that luxury tax line, unless they give up some payroll as well. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Surprisingly, I'm going to go Trevor Story as a for right now. I think I was pretty high on him getting moved at one point, but I feel like the Rockies, they could end up being, content with just offering him the qualifying offer, and then they just get a draft pick. I think they could end up being like that. So it's going to be interesting. It depends on if a team is going to offer them something that they like. So I'm going to go in the middle right now for Trevor Story. And last but not least, we have made it to the end. Jon Gray. This is a name, I mean, you haven't really heard much of this name because you always hear about Trevor Story. But Jon Gray is having himself a good year. So the thing with Jon Gray is they were talking about it here. So with Trevor Story, they can offer him a qualifying offer. The difference with a Jon Gray is they would not be offering a qualifying offer. So that's the thing. So because the Rockies would want Trevor Story to come back. I mean, I think they would offer that deal. But for Jon Gray, I don't know. So it says here, the Rockies probably wouldn't issue a qualifying offer without a huge finish to the year, and starting pitching is always in demand. So that is the difference. To where Trevor Story, I just think fit-wise is going to be kind of hard for a lot of teams, but Jon Gray, you can always make room for pitching. And he's not making a lot of money, so that's another difference too. So I could see why MLB Trade Rumors puts Jon Gray ahead of Trevor Story. I could even see Trevor Story getting lower on this list. But Jon Gray, he's having himself a pretty good year. He was having a good year in 2019, and then he had a bad year in 2020. But it looks like he's back to getting, to doing what he was doing, back then. So he's been kind of up and down in his career. But it looks like this year he's having himself a good year. So there are teams that could use some starting pitching. Jon Gray, he's not a lot of money. The Rockies could use some prospects in return. I don't know. But he's 29 years old. I don't know. Maybe the Rockies want to hang on to him. Maybe they want to try and sign him to an extension. They could go a lot of ways. They definitely could get some prospects for him. I'll end this on a fun note. I'll go absolutely for Jon Gray. I mean, I think this is a guy where he could really help out a team. And, but yeah, there's my list. Here are the guys that I think absolutely will get traded. Here are my sures where I think, good chance they could get traded. Then I have my in the middles, not really sure. And then we got the Naz, probably not likely. And then I got my no ways. These are the guys I think are staying put. I don't think you're going to see these guys get moved. But that is all I have for tonight, everyone. But yeah, I want to thank all of you for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. Before I do get out of here, if you are new, one more time, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button for me. Hit the thumbs up for me as well if you can. Hit all the buttons for me. And go follow me on Twitter if you want to talk some baseball over there. But everyone, again, thank you so much for coming out. Don't forget, Sunday night, I will be back here for the Power Rankings. Look out for some more videos this coming week. And everyone, as always, I'll talk to you next time.